Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. This is a different kind of video. In this video I'm gonna show you how I make my DayZ thumbnails. Just to show you how I do it and to get a sense of how you can make them, and also to get some noticed here that I make my own DayZ thumbnails. I have commissions open for if you want to have a thumbnail yourself. If you do want to have a thumbnail yourself but you don't know how to make it, or you don't have the programs to make it, and you want to hire someone to make one, feel free to go to my Twitter and DM me. We can discuss what kind of price or what you want. And yeah, I'm trying to do this as like a little bit side job, hobby ish, making thumbnails for others. So if you are interested, feel free to go to my Twitter. Link is in the description. But yeah, let's start with the tutorial. This is not the one that I'm gonna show you how to make. I'm gonna make a new one. So we're going to, I have everything in Dutch, by the way. So yeah, it's it's maybe not the best example, but the buttons should be on the same side, I would say. Or you have had it set up really different and really complex, but I think by default this would all stand the same way. So you go to gonna make a new canvas, a new Photoshop document. I'm using Photoshop for this tutorial, but you could also try some similar free programs like I'll put some in the description if I can find some. But I know there are some free softwares out that will do actually exactly the same. So yeah, we need 920 by 1080. This is a standard size I mostly use, so it will be by my recent tab, so I can easily pick it. But if you don't have one, you just go to web and you just can customize the size here to 9020 by 1080. And resolution, you don't have to do anything with resolution. That's fine. You can keep it on 72. Yeah. Then you click apply and you get this white canvas. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna first you gotta import a picture you want to work with, right? Because you just got this blank canvas right now. So if you have like what I mostly do is make a screenshot out of a video to show an event that happens in the video, but it's very clickable, likely to click on. So what I mostly do is just go to my through my video I want to make a thumbnail for, make a screenshot. You know, I think you guys know that there is a tool for the snipping tool, or the whatever tool is, or you could like use Control Print Screen to make a screenshot of your monitor when you have your video open. So for example, you want to make a picture out of this thumbnail out of this nice two zombies. I mostly use Control Print Screen, to be honest, because for some reason it doesn't work the same as in Windows 10. That Windows version I used it the most, but right now it's well, it's not really working, I would say. Okay, Control Print Screen. So, but keep in mind it makes a screenshot out of all your monitors if you use Control Print Screen. So you're gonna get this large screenshot, but that's fine, that's no problem. But you have a copy right now on your clipboard, so it isn't saved. You just gotta go to a program you want to use. In our case, it's gonna be well, Photoshop, and you're gonna like paste it. So you can use Control V on your keyboard, or yeah, that's actually the only thing you can use. Control V or Command V if you're on Mac. And you can get this this nice little screenshot. As you can see, it makes a screenshot of all your monitors. I have 3 monitors, so it makes a screenshot out of all my 3 monitors. But that's fine. And we can take this little yeah, selection cater. I don't know how that's called in English, but it doesn't mind. You can use the same thing, of course. Just follow along. And we select this right now, this screenshot. And we want to make a new layer where we don't have those other 2 sides of our monitors, and only this what we see. Only this this is a screenshot. So what we're gonna do is Control J on your keyboard and you make a new layer. So, and right now you don't have the other screenshots, you just only have this lovely zombies. So what I mostly like to do is just adjust the size a bit on how big I want to have them stand out. I found it really small right now, because if you look from afar you're not gonna see the zombies very good. And a thumbnail has to spring out, because if people scroll through DayZ videos or through any videos and your video pops up on a subject, you want to make it as clickable as it can, so people will click more likely on it. That's the idea of a thumbnail in the first case. So if you press Control T, and I don't know the standard ways without the keyboard how to do this, but I know there are other ways you could go to and like select this and adjust this. But Control T or Command T on your Mac, and you can adjust this nice and easy. So I have experienced that it could be really different on which Photoshop version you use, or but for example, if you wanna scale this picture bigger, and if I press Shift, it will make it like really stretched, and we don't want that, because that's not really nice. Of course, we want to have it just sharp and same scale. So I don't hold Shift, but it could be the other way around for you guys, that if you don't hold Shift, it will stretch it out for you. It's very weird, and I have experienced it both ways. So yeah, just find out which one is not stretching your thumbnail out, and then scale it to how big you want it. I like it like this, to be honest, because the faces are very big in the thumbnail. And then I'll move it a bit more to the right, because I got an idea in mind to put like a DayZ logo around here. So that makes some free space for us to work with in a couple seconds. So we have our nice little 2 zombies in the picture, and I wanna cut them out. I wanna like make them stand out more than they are right now. So what I use the pen tool, but you could use different ways to cut them out, because using the pen tool right as you are starting with making thumbnails could be a really hard process, but if you get the hang of it, it's very easy, very nice to use, and you can make nice clean cuts out of objects. So I use the pen tool, but you can also use the selection tool, and well, the plus symbol on the selection tool means it selects the object you want to select. But as you can see, it automatically selects that place that I didn't select. So that's why I don't like this tool, because it's not pretty accurate. You know what I mean. I can't find the words. But you can also just use this selection tool. Even let me try something. You also got like a subject selection. That's a new feature in Photoshop. I know it's a really complicated tutorial, by the way, so sorry if it's too complicated. It's my first time doing this, so and English is not my my first language, so it's also a bit of a struggle for myself. Let's see what happens if I do. Okay, it makes a nice, kind of nice selection, but as you can see, it selects these parts we don't want to. But you can also play with that. You can also like play with the selection tool. You can also play with something else. You can play with a brush tool by using this button. I don't know the name of it. You make a oh, that's the wrong one. This button. You make an layer mask, and what that does is, if you have like a brush tool, and it can make it as hard as you want, or as smooth as you want, the brush tool. What that does is, am I on the? I am, okay. What that does, as you can see, it makes like a little of a glow if you have it like on really smooth. But if you have it on really sharp, it cuts it out like it's nothing, as you can see. I don't like this. I like to have it on smooth, so that you can brush it out as good as you want. But as you can see, it will also add this little glow on the sides, and it will cut out a little bit of the object we don't want that. So that's not what I also not prefer. That's why I still prefer the pen tool over all of these options. But that's the beauty of it. You can find your own ways in Photoshop what you mostly like. So are the 3 examples, or this is actually the last of the 3 examples you can use. I always use the pen tool, and what you can do is just click, and you select by clicking the object. That's how I mostly do it, and I zoom out to look if I select the right spots. What you can also do is, like with like a curve, you can make a selection like a bit further away from the curve, and just slide your mouse a bit up or down to make a little nice curve pen curve line. But that's maybe too complicated for you. I just would recommend starting with just clicking and selecting the object. And I will be back when I'm done with that, because it's really time-consuming work. There we are. We did the whole outlining stuff around our objects we want to use to make a new layer to make it stand out more. So what you do, you make your last pen line, and you connect it with the beginning of where you start. Left mouse button, you get all these options, and you would choose make selection, and then you just you don't have to do anything with this. Just make a new selection, press OK, and it will make a new selection for you. Press Ctrl-G and we'll paste it in a new layer. And now we got it cut out. As you can see, it looks almost perfect. We only need to cut out this little bit here. You can just do that on your new layer. And we just gotta cut out these black spots, which we are definitely not gonna use. And you can make a new selection and you just press delete and it will remove it for you. The same with this part. Press delete, and now it's fully cut out. And I always take the selection tool after I still have this selection select, because I don't want that, and I just remove it with my deselection option. Because otherwise, if I'm gonna do another action, it will put it on this place, because I still got it selected according to Photoshop. So we got this cut out right now, so that's nice. Now we want to make the background a bit more blurrier, so we go to filter, we select our background layer, I would say, where we don't have the cutout zombies. Filter, and we go to what you call it, blur, and you go to Gaussian blur, so we make the background more blurry. This is a bit too much, to be honest, and you get this little what do you call it, this little tool where you can adjust the blur a bit. And I think this is kind of okay. It's not too much. It doesn't have to be too much, but it always depends on the picture you use, on how much blur you need. And you get a feeling for that later on when you used it more. Oh, I see. You see that? I forgot to clean this little spot here with the window. We can still do that. That's fine. Just put the pen tool again, and we cut this little piece of trash out. There we go. And now it makes it a bit better already, but it doesn't still stand out in my opinion. So what I mostly like to do is go to adjustments, to this little tab, and you click this little sun icon, and it will create this new layer where you can adjust the brightness and the contrast. And I always want to up the brightness a bit, and I'm gonna select this object in a couple seconds, so the background isn't that light as right now, but I'm just gonna focus on the objects right now to make a good nice picture out of it. I think I like this, yeah. And we go, we make sure we select this layer and we press Alt, and it will show you this little icon with the arrow. And if you right click, it will select the layer underneath it. So if you don't want to select this layer, or for some reason your layer with the objects you want to stand out isn't underneath your brightness and contrast layer, it will select the layer that is underneath it. So make sure your object layer is underneath your brightness and contrast layer. You can adjust that by just sliding your objects or your layers up and down. Like for instance, now it's your background layer is on top of your object layer, I would say. It will automatically, if you already had something attached, it will automatically attach to the other object. I don't know why that does it, but you can deselect it by just pressing Alt again, and it just and right click, and it will just deselect it again. So there we have our zombies. It still needs some more color in my opinion. So we go back to this little tab and we go to color and gradients, I think it's called in English, I don't know. And we slide this one up a bit. As you can see, it makes it a bit more lighter. Don't do it too high. As you can see, it will oversaturate with colors, and we don't want it to end like this. So let's make it a little bit like this. It's still a bit too light. You still can adjust that by just going to this little tab. There should be those tabs should be open by default. So I don't know how I can change my Photoshop to English, to be honest. So yeah, but here's what we got right now. We got a zombies right, bright and shiny. I still want to make the background a bit darker and adjust it a bit. Maybe a bit lighter, maybe a bit darker. I say a bit lighter, the contrast a bit more up. And I still don't think my object is standing out. So we go click on our object we want to change. In this case, the zombies. Left click, options for something in English. And we get this tab. It looks really complicated, but you don't have to look to all those options. We just go to the one at the bottom. It's the shadow option, and we'll make a little shadow for our zombies. By default, it will stand like this, all on 0. Underneath is the size. This is how big the shadow will be, as you can see. This is the spread option. This is how thicker the shadow will be, in my opinion. I think you can always also change the direction of the shadow, but yeah, at this point it doesn't make any sense because it's still in the middle by default. But if we change like the like this option, it will, as you can see, it will change the shadow on which height it is. And if I go to like 90, it will, or 30, it will go to this side, and otherwise on this side. So it's really it's probably too complicated, but for now you just can use 19, and you don't have to do anything with the upper one. Also, you don't have to do anything with this one because it, yeah, not really needed. And I think that's it for our zombies at this point. I still don't really like it. I don't know why, but in my opinion, it doesn't really it doesn't really look nice, but we can maybe change that. If we go to get our DayZ logo, our nice little DayZ logo, and we put it where we want it, of course. I think I just want to use this full door or something. So yeah, just adjust it a bit how you want it. I want it a bit big and like standing out. I think that's good enough. It's almost good enough. I like to put a little shadow on it as well. It's way too big. If something like that happens, you just gotta turn down the spread option and just use this on the size only option. I would recommend. And there we have it. There's our thumbnail. It looks way better than we started. So if I would use like a short or something, I would just put an arrow in it. If this was like a short, I wouldn't use the DayZ logo, just because it will use up space, and the arrow is like already assumed like a short or something like that, and it will target more people with an arrow, in my opinion. So if it was like a short, I would just use an arrow. For example, let's just remove this DayZ layer for a second. If you just click on the eyeball, it will remove it. Oh, I didn't want to do that. It will remove it. As you can see, it's still there, but it's just invisible, so you won't see it in the end result if you just save it like this. Arrow, do a little bit of shadow, just to stand it out, let it stand out a bit more. There you go. And now we got ourselves a short thumbnail, I would say, but it all depends on which style you use and what you want to use to craft your own unique thumbnails. Because you could copy all these settings, but it won't make it original, and yeah, you're not gonna stand out that much. But yeah, this is the tutorial. If you liked it, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. If you want to see more about these types of videos, let me know. And if you want to, and you don't want to put in the energy to make thumbnail by your own, you can DM me on Twitter, or maybe on Discord even. If you just join the Discord server and send me in the DM, we could discuss what kind of price or what you want for thumbnail, or even banners. I also make banners or logos. So yeah, but I hope you liked this video, and yeah, let's also show you how you can save this, of course, because now you have this end result. You just go to the most left tab and you go to save as, and you get this little section, and you just go to save as on your computer. If you want to save it on a cloud, I wouldn't recommend it. I don't know how this cloud thing works with Adobe, so I would just use save on your computer, and then you can save it as JPEG or PGN. I wouldn't show the footage right now because you can see some private details, so that's why this little bit is cut out. Then you get this option, quality. I always recommend them putting it on the highest you can. I know for sure this is not too high of a size, but if it's like 500 MB, it will be too much for a YouTube thumbnail. Had that happened as well, that if I had this crazy nice thumbnail and it just says nope, it's way too big. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought about this video. If you have any tips. I know my explanation is a bit hard probably to listen to, because my English is not the best. It's not, as I said, it's not my first language. But still, I hope you find this tutorial useful. Consider subscribing. We're almost closing into 200 subscribers, so thank you guys for the support. It's insane, 6 months and we are almost at 200. Also check out my Twitch, link in the description, or my other social medias like Twitter, or my Discord. And I will see you guys in the next, probably DayZ video, I guess, or shorts or stream. And I see you guys in the next one.